guys doing now?
All right, Coach, maybe a couple thoughts on the first day, and then we'll get questions.
Yeah, we were blessed to get some heat, which was awesome. Guys were prepared. We've been working all summer for this, but there's a little bit of a difference between, I think, being in weight room shape and football shape, which always that happens day one. We got to transition better from drill to drill. Our urgency there was poor. But those kinds of things we'll work on, But I thought they came out. I'm really proud of the way they practice now. And Rutgers. So when it happens, it happens. Not sure if that'll be after a scrimmage or so, or if someone plays lights out the first 5 days, here we go. But we're going to handle that the right way, make sure we're responsible for what we're evaluating, and I'm confident. Coach Vajakin with his experience and having been through it before. So I don't want those guys thinking about that because I know that's probably all they're thinking about, right? And I talked to them about that. So they're just going to keep battling. And if you saw today, we're just rotating who's with the ones, who's with the twos, who's with the threes, and it just rotates by period, by team, by 7-on-7. And I'm proud of those guys. Those guys are fighting through it. It's good.
For your guys, what's your schedule like as far as pads, no pads, hitting, no hitting? How often are you going to do that as you lead up to game week?
Yeah. So Coach Green and I, have met a lot about our camp schedule, and he's done a great job reaching out to some NFL people, and then my experience with Coach Shiano, Coach Fleck, the way they run their camps is similar, which is a great learning tool for me. So, we're going to go requirement-wise. We'll be in spiders and helmets tomorrow, and then really it's up to us. You get 8 fulls. We won't use them all, and then we can put on whatever we want after that. Just a little bit of a period there where you gotta be ready. So every 4th day we'll have a double walkthrough day. So we're not even going to practice on the 4th day every week. Give them kind of a break on their legs, and that's designed kind of like a game week. We don't practice 4 days in a row during a game week. We'll practice Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll have a walkthrough on Thursday, and we'll have what we call, essentially a fast Friday, which has been really good for gearing up the teams that I've been a part of over the last several years. So that's kind of the plan, and it'll change. It's constantly changing, so we'll just make that decision based off the feedback we get from not only the GPS systems and the catapults and all that technology that we have, but just looking at them. I can see it in their eyes when they'll need one. So we're not there yet, though.
You guys kind of talked about it, but when you're evaluating QBs during this time, are there certain drills you weigh heavier than others, or more of a sum?
Yeah, maybe Jake does, but I look at the operation, but most importantly, taking care of the football. That's number one to me. The ball is the heartbeat. It's outside this wall. If we take care of the ball, if you end up a turnover margin since 2017 with just even, it's an average of 6 wins. So the ball is the number one thing here that we talk about. It's the heartbeat of the program. And if we take care of that, we'll be all right. So that's the number one thing I look at, the ins and outs of, the reads and stuff like that. That's why you hire great people. But that's what I'll be looking for, is that kind of that operation, the body language around the quarterbacks from the other teammates when they get in a huddle. And certainly number one is taking care of the football.
his first full practice since being here. Just initial thoughts on him.
Yeah, it's great to have him back. You know, he was really ready to go. At the end of spring, we had to hold him back, which he was angry, which is what you want. But certainly a guy that's been around experience. I think he's very comfortable around the pocket. I think he handles the operation extremely well. And it was great. You know, it's interesting. They all have different things they have strengths and weaknesses of. And, you know, it kind of brings out the best in all of them. And I think the one thing I noticed today, it was intense. It's a little bit different feel with him in there. Because now, you know, instead of just going really through two, now there's three of them, you know, really fighting it out.
Got a chance to see the locker room unveiling on social media. Why was that so important to you? What do you think the players get out of that? And what did you think about their response?
Yeah, it was actually, you know, one of the coolest moments since I've been here. You know, we talk about investing in this program to be where it wants to be at the FBS level, and that's what it takes. You know, little things like that. And the piece I think about is the recruiting aspect. And certainly when alumni come back and they're around here and they see that, it's unbelievable. I mean, the lockers have changed dramatically. But just to see their reaction to it, and, you know, ultimately it shows them, the players, that we're backing up what we say. You know, everyone's heard stories about, you know, we're going to invest, and then you don't see anything. Well, since I've been here for 7 months, everything that the administration, Ryan, Kirsten, Chancellor Reyes, the trustees, they've said they were going to do, they've done. And it gives me great confidence to go out and be the best coach I can be. And it shows the players that, wow, what they're saying is they're backing up, and there's weight to it. And, you know, that's what I think was the biggest impact from my standpoint. And then certainly for them, just the excitement of having all new stuff. Now we got to keep it nice and neat.
So what was it like for you this morning driving in? Were you real excited, you know, first day of practice and all that?
Yeah, I think just with more experience, certainly the excitement is always there, because I like getting into practice because I know it's just going to move now. It's just going to roll. You know, the worst days are probably the last week of, you know, your vacation where you're just looking at the calendar and, you know, waiting to be back. But for me, it's just gratefulness, you know, to be in this spot, to be trusted to have this position. That's really what I was thinking about. Just, you know, you could be doing a lot of different things, maybe something you don't want to do. But I've been blessed and grateful enough that I was given this opportunity by the leadership at this university. So that was actually a lot of my thought, and then a little bit about getting the right tunes on, figuring that out. But other than that, I was just ready to go.
Were the players really amped up when they started this morning, knowing this first day?
Yeah, I think that's something that, you know, as we get closer to game day, which I noticed in our scrimmages last year, we have a very anxious group. And anxiety and all those things that lead to that can mess you up. You know, not only the mental aspect, but it can fatigue you. You know, makes you do things that you don't want to do. So we talked after practice about, you know, there's two types of battles in football, right? The physical battle, which we're going to lose them at times, right? There's guys on scholarship on the other team. There's Division I coaches on the other team. So those physical battles, you might lose some, right? But that mental battle, there's only one person that's with, and that's yourself. And today was a great example of that, because some guys lost that battle to the heat. Some guys lost that battle early from being too amped up and too, you know, just too crazy. So you got to control that. And as we get closer to these scrimmages and ultimately game day, there's a real science behind controlling that. We talk a lot about it. You know, adversity is something that I believe in that is always there, and you can't react to it. You got to be prepared and you got to manage for it. We openly talk about that and being ready for that. And ultimately what it comes down to is really those three letters over there: believing in yourself, taking ownership for your actions, and sacrificing for each other. And I'm proud of the way that they're handling that, but certainly we got a little bit to go.
Got a lot of new faces all over the roster, but at running back, like what do you like about Juwan and Brandon? Those guys having those guys.
Yeah, it's kind, you know, it's interesting because they're obviously you've seen them, but they're three different kind of like body types. You know, Rocco's just this guy that he practices the hardest out of that group. Ball's always pinned, right? He's taking care of the football. You know, Juwan's a bigger back. Like, he is thick down below, and he's gonna be someone that can really take strides. You know, once he's coming off an injury coming in here, and I think he's getting back to himself. He looked like himself a little bit more today, what we saw on tape. And then certainly Brandon's got, like, that burst, that foot in the ground go. That's a little different. And I thought guys that in the spring, guys like Day, he's probably the fastest one. He's got that. And then I saw some good things from our young guy Elijah today, who's just got to get just more reps and get going. But I'm excited about the group because it's all a little bit different. They're all a little bit different. It's kind of like that quarterback thing I just talked about. But I'm excited about that room. Coach Larkin, the hiring of Coach Beckles in there now too, and it should be great. I'm excited about that room. That room is probably the most changed over room that we have.
At media day, you highlighted special teams being a key area for this team. How do you kind of keep tabs on that progress of the area?
Yeah, I think just the same way we talked about kind of one of the questions in the beginning, just that day-to-day mindset. I mean, what Coach Kaz has brought in here from a culture standpoint, just that mindset every day. Like, we're going to win games on teams. It's a third of the game. And as a coordinator on defense, and me with the defensive background, I used to tell the guys, stop complaining about special teams because you're all on them. So you're actually complaining about yourself. And you guys were here in the spring. The way we can kick and punt the ball now, we're going to flip fields. And on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, hopefully in November when that matters, when we get it to that point, it's going to be huge. So we emphasize it. We special teams meet probably 2-3 times a day. And Coach Kaz and what his operation has produced there is just the guys know that it's important. All right, and now we got to go out and do it because we win games. You can win games at that.
One of the things you mentioned when you first got here was you wanted to change the physical makeup of the team, get bigger, get stronger. How do you feel? They look out there just looking at them today.
I feel great. I was actually joking with Coach Belcher that our quarterbacks have like arms now. AJ's gonna love this. He can do push-ups now, which is great. But just what Coach Green has done and Coach Foster and Coach Stern down there, and it's evidence. Like we used it in recruiting. The before and after pictures, and a lot of that also comes to with the nutrition change that we've made here. And again, credit to the administration and all those people that allowed us to go ahead and do that. They were eating on their own here. They were going out to campus to eat. That's just not Division I football, right? So now we have 2 meals in here every day, and it just shows you when you invest in something, and they see the results. And back to kind of he asked me about special teams. You guys asked me how we're looking. If you go in the weight room for one day and you look yourself in the mirror, there's no change. And a lot of people at that point, week one, they give up because they want immediate results. That's just not how life works, right? And from that standpoint, we've actually talked about how the weight room is just like your ability as a player. Day one, you probably won't notice a lot. But since February 1st, whatever that date that we started, there's a lot of change. But, the speeds are probably the thing that I'm impressed with the most just from the data that we get. And but ultimately what Coach Green has done over the summer has been really impressive. He's the mechanic, right? Your body's your car. He's the mechanic, and take care of your body.
Thanks, Coach.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Joe.
Yep.
TY
Good.
Yeah, you're good. Have a seat.
Hey, Chief.
Let everyone get settled here.
So for you, how was the first day of practice? Is it like, Christmas morning and all that?
Yeah, nah. First time, it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? We've been waiting. So like you said, we got the new coach staff coming in December. So being able to just get all the guys back. So this is our final roster. You know, in the spring we had some guys that aren't with us now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a big revising, a lot of revising with the team. But we got all the guys we have right now. So man, and like you said, it's Christmas morning. We excited to be back out here, man.
Working with all three quarterbacks, you know, what's that like? And obviously getting your first taste of practice with Brandon.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I love all three of them. Either any of them play, I'm going to be happy with. You know what I'm saying? They all have their own identity. You know what I'm saying? B. Rose's first day back, his arm is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful touch on the ball. Same with AJ and Grant. They all have their own things they got going on. But being with B. Rose was amazing. I like B. Rose a lot.
What's like the addition of Donnie been like for you guys?
Oh, Donnie's been amazing. I ain't gonna lie. One of the people I'm close with is Donnie Gray. Donnie, man, he brings a lot of speed to our group. You know what I'm saying? Speed, versatility. He can play inside or outside. So being able to have Donnie with us, and a vet in the room too. You know what I'm saying? He also came with Coach Bajakian 2 years ago from Northwestern when Coach was at Northwestern. So he already knows the offense. You know what I'm trying to say? We don't have to really teach him up too much with that aspect. So he already can come in and just play for us. So I'm excited for that, to have Donnie Gray with us.
Does he know enough of it that you can actually lean on him if you have any questions?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna lie. I even ask him about certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been in there for years. You know what I'm saying? Multiple years with Coach. So this is only my 6th month with Coach Bajakian. So he's honestly been with Coach Bajakian longer than me. So he is someone I can definitely lean on if I need anything. Sure.
How's the adjustment to the new offense been?
The adjustment with the new offense, it's been good. You know what I'm saying? Through the spring, I want to say it was probably a little more rocky and shaky. You know what I'm saying? But being able to have the team organize team activities over the summer, being able to get the scripts and be able to just practice the offense even while the coaches aren't here, I feel a lot more comfortable as well as guys in our room with the offense, being able to practice this summer. So,
Coach Joe was just in here. He mentioned the speed of the team is you know, a lot
Oh my
better
gosh.
than last year. And you just kind of touched on speed.
Yeah.
How big has that been? And how
oh
noticeable
my
was it
gosh.
today?
That's a shout out to Coach Green, first of all. Coach Green, our strength coach, he has done an amazing job getting us in the best shape as possible going into camp. You know what I'm saying? We had I want to say over, I don't want to put an exact number on it, but it was a lot of guys, like the 21 miles an hour group, way different from winter and spring. So you see it right now, all the work we put in over the summer with Coach Green, it's starting to show, and which is really good. Okay, yeah. Really good.
It's clear you're going to be like a kind of a focal point of the offense. I mean, do you feel any pressure, or do you feel like you have any responsibility to go out there and make plays? How do you
No. I don't feel no pressure at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I got great guys with me. You know what I'm saying? Jaquan Gibson, number 2, he's an amazing guy. You know what I'm saying? We came in here 2022 together. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be outside with me. So having him, other guys, we got J-Mac, TK, all the guys in our room. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel no pressure at all because I know, hey, if I'm not having a good day, I know they're going to pick me up by having a great day. So we have great guys in the room that'll be able to pick me up whenever I need. So I don't feel no pressure at all.
And just leadership-wise, as a guy that's been here, you know, a while.
Yeah.
What's it like for you now, kind of stepping into that leadership?
Yeah, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's crazy that this is my 4th year here. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. You know what I mean? A lot of people look up to me. They know I've been here for one of the longest on the team. So a lot of guys look up to me, and I enjoy that. You know what I mean? I'm a team guy. I'm a team person. I try to talk to everyone as much as I can and just be as vocal as I can. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like being a leader now is something I kind of been waiting on. This is a moment I've been looking forward to. So being able to just be a leader for my hometown state on my team is just amazing. I love it.
Does it feel different practice starting because there's a pot of gold at the end of your rainbow because you're in the league now instead of your other years being an independent?
Yeah, I would say honestly, the goal has always been to get a bowl game. You know what I'm saying? Whether we're in a conference or not. But I do feel like there is, like you said, a bigger part of the goal at the end now that we can actually go for a conference championship rather than kind of just going to a bowl game and not having anything to really fight for after that. So being able to that's our mindset right now. We want to win the MAC championship. Obviously, we want a bowl game, but coming with a bowl game, we want a MAC championship with that. So I think that is our main goal right now is to win the MAC championship. We're not looking for just 6 wins. No, we want to win the MAC championship for sure, 1,000%.
Thanks, Stuart.
Cool.
See what?
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow, this chair's sweaty.
How's it going?
What's up, guys?
All right, questions for me?
Cool.
Overall thoughts, first day.
I think we had a great first day. I think the strength staff and all our coaches did a great job getting us ready, and I can't wait to see what tomorrow has in store.
So like after going through spring practice and kind of getting used to the new staff, to be able to get back out there again.
Yeah, it felt great. But a lot of these coaches, I'm really getting used to now, and obviously I've been with Coach H and Coach Kite for this will be my 4th season, so I've been with them for a while.
Have you been, I guess, kind of a leader knowing that you've been in their
Systems,
systems?
yeah.
You know, how's that going?
Yeah,
Running off on the other guys?
Yeah, I feel like when I was at Rutgers, I was that young guy, and there was a lot of older guys trying to teach me the system, and now I've taken on that role here. I've been in the system for my 4th year, so now I can teach the young guys and help them along their journey.
I asked you, what was it like for you, like last night, this morning? Easy to sleep, hard to sleep, for first day practice?
For me, like, my feeling is always like it's the first day of school. Like, I got my stuff out, like my backpack's ready. Like, I always have those nerves, but once I walk in the building, it's like, cool, like, it's here. Like, I'm ready.
I was just talking about like team goals and hoping to win the MAC championship, stuff like that. Like, how do you perceive like what your guys' goals are, and what do you think is like going to be like most important for you to reach those goals?
Yeah, we're just gonna take it one day at a time. We're gonna keep the culture strong, BOS what Coach Harrison Max installed, and we're just gonna take it slow and take it one step at a time.
Does this feel a little different this year, you know, from your other school? How is it easy, hard to you compare?
No comment. Like.